Honorable Cyril Malema.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, Honorable President, the Deputy President of the EFF and officials, and the caucus of the EFF. I send my condolences to my brother and leader, Jackson Mthembu. I can relate as a product of a domestic worker. And I hope that our Secretary General did send our condolences to your family. My brother, having said so, I think you'll find it in your heart to withdraw the quotation you have made, for because we shouldn't move from national consciousness or even from black consciousness to tribalistic consciousness. You are making a quote, wanting to sound clever as you wanted to, but it was a wrong quotation. Can you imagine if we start calling each other a Zulu president, a Xhosa president, a Swati chief whip? It's a degeneration. And it is unacceptable, and I know that you are the type of a cadre that if you have made a mistake, you accept and correct that mistake. Find it in you to withdraw that quotation because it's unacceptable. Mr. President, I didn't come here with a speech. I brought your own speech which you gave during the State of the Nation. And I want to take you on it. You promised a job summit in the next few months. Nothing has happened, despite growing calls from within the ANC and outside the ANC, particularly that young people remain unemployed in our country. When you came here, you created an impression that it will be done as soon as possible. You have now postponed the investment conference instead. You have appointed an investment envoy to travel overseas to attract foreign direct investment. But I do not have a hope in that envoy, because that envoy looks like a 1996 class project regrouping. And I hope Jeremy and Blade can see what they've set our country for.
Order in terms of Rule 82 again.
Yeah. Honorable Malema, please take your seat.
I would ask the Honorable Maimane, whom I prefer to call the Honorable Malema, to please utilize Rule 82 and refer to Honorable Cronin appropriately. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Okay.
Honorable Cronin and Honorable Nzimande can see what they have set our country for, because it's clear we're going back to 1996 policies which have not worked for our country. And you know very well that the whole world is saying you cannot grow the economy with foreign direct investment only. You have to stimulate local investment that is led by the state. But we don't see that coming from you. Mr. President, you said you were going to reduce the departments and everybody else was excited and nothing has happened. You actually brought certain people back into the cabinet. The cabinet is still big, 35 ministers, 36 deputy ministers. Majority of those deputy ministers are extremely useless. Let me give you an example with a friend of mine called Kassel Matal. I don't understand why there should be Honorable Kassel Matal.
Yeah.
I don't understand why there should be a deputy minister of a small business, because that department itself is so useless. And on top of it being so useless, you still add a deputy minister. It's unnecessary, it's unacceptable. I do it with Kassel because he will know that I mean no bad is a friendly fire. Because if I do so with many other... Honorable Matal.
Yeah, please do that consistently now.
Going
forward.
I will learn to do it. There is no indication. So, Mr. President, reduce the cabinet, save us money, and redirect that money to the needy department. And if you do so by removing some of your colleagues, particularly those who supported you, that will be a show of character, that you are not in it for factional reasons, but you are in it to build a capable state which will deliver with a sizable, manageable team. President, I came here and told you are bluffing about the land, and now you are wishy-washy and saying all manner of things. It's clear you are not going to expropriate land without compensation. But I need to tell you that we had issued an instruction in the EFF for people to scale down the occupation of land because we wanted to give you time. But since you are no longer clear, we have made a call, and we make it even here, for our people to occupy the unoccupied land. It is their land, because the ANC is not going to give them land anytime soon. You demonstrated that you are not serious when you appointed Honorable Maite into land. She knows nothing about the land. And half the time she's sleeping. I know her. She sleeps, she just wakes up now because I'm talking about her food. If I was not talking about her food, she was not going to stand up.
Honorable Malema.
Every time she stands up when we speak about her
Malema.
sleepingness in this
Malema.
parliament, why appoint such a person who have no clue?
Honorable Malema, you were not here yesterday. I did plead when I say take your seat, please take your seat. Just take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat, Honorable Malema.
Honorable Deputy Speaker. I'm rising on rule number 84.
Yes.
Honorable Cyril Julius Malema is continually not using the proper address to the honorable members. Can you just withdraw from there? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Honorable Member Malema, we have said so. Please stick to the rules.
So our people must continue to occupy land. This land belongs to us. And if the ANC wants to kill our people for rightfully claiming the land, let the ANC do so. You have done it in Marikana. Do it with the people who are seeking their own land. It is their land. They require nobody's permission to occupy this land. Mr. President, you launched the YES program, Youth Employment Service Initiative. But that was a copycat program of the DA, which is going to make black young people be stuck there for mere 3,500 per month salary. And when you compare that with their own white counterpart who are getting 20,000, it's not going to work. It has failed before. Treasury itself admitted that this program will not be successful. President, Honorable Mutwaledi is not here. The state of health is shocking in this country. Half ambulances in KZN, they are not working. Half ambulances in Limpopo, they are not working. Our people are not receiving any form of public health in South Africa. And we are saying this is a priority. The ANC should be able to pause and say, what do we do to save black and African life in particular? Because those are the facilities which are being used by our people. SARS, yes, you fired Moyani. That is the only thing you have done. But I can tell you now, you will not win a case against Moyani because you handled it in a clumsy manner. We want Moyani gone. But you've got 4 charges against Moyani. One of the charges is that he has misled Parliament. The Finance Committee in Parliament today said there is no such a thing. So that charge is going to fall off even before it goes into a hearing. Let us do things properly, because by handling these things in a clumsy manner, it will not deliver required results. You know, President, the SIU investigators are extremely corrupt.
Can I raise a point of order, please, Chairperson?
Yes, okay, yeah. Yes.
It is wrong to misrepresent what happened to the committee today. There was no such decision taken. No such decision. It was an open meeting.
Point of order.
Yes, Honourable
Deputy
Member.
Speaker, with respect, you spoke yesterday and others spoke about interrupting speakers with frivolous points of order.
Yes.
That is not a point of order, it's a point of debate. And Mr. Malema should not be interrupted by that sort of frivolity in the House.
Honourable Member, proceed.
No, we wanted to raise a point of order on the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Finance, who tried to build a case today against Moyani. And he failed dismally because he was working with a corrupt guy called Momo from National Treasury. They failed to make the case today.
Honourable members, please take your seat. Honourable Malema, proceed. Honourable members, order. Order. Proceed, Honourable Member.
SIU is corrupt. You make proclamation, they go and investigate. If they don't find anything wrong, they ask money from people. And if you don't give them money, they withhold the report. They don't announce the report. And, or they announce some clumsy thing which is not very clear, clearing individuals. Check into those investigating officers. In the SIU, the most corrupt institution, corruption has moved into the Hawks now. And they are not only corrupt, the Hawks, they are now participating in cash in transit haste. The army people as well are found into that. There is a general degeneration in South Africa under your leadership. The cash in transit is uncontrollable. Why? Because you are weak, you are not firm, and criminals don't like weak people. You must take a firm stand and say, the day you produce an AK-47 against the police and the security, you will meet your maker. Because as government, we would have ceased to recognize your rights on innocent people. Because our people are dying, the security is dying, the police who are honorable are dying. They don't get a firm support from your leadership. SIU extend jobs, even when they finish investigation. Why? The investigated department is the one that is paying. Remember, SIU is unemployed without your proclamation. So if you don't make proclamations, they extend so that they can keep busy. You need to look into that. Ellen, Honorable Mulekani, the most defender of corruption in the